the most common questions Darren and I get each fall is, how do I better manage my nitrogen? Because I want to spend less and I want to make sure that I have plenty of nitrogen available for the next crop, but how much can I put on? I mean, the questions just start.
Well, it certainly varies depending on what part of the country you're in. When we're in the northern part of the country, we know the ground is going to be frozen and rock hard for the next 6 months. Well, okay, there's not much concern. You can put nitrogen out there. It's not going anywhere because
Right.
the ground's going to be frozen.
Right.
If we were in the south and we didn't get that freeze, well, that'd be a whole different deal. And the other thing is soil type. When we've got very light sandy soils, low organic matter soils, it's a whole different deal than when you've got heavy soils. And much of our subsoil where we farm, not all fields, but many fields, we've got a heavy clay subsoil. So we're pretty happy about that, you know, nitrogen really isn't going to get away very far for us. But where you've got sand, it may be a different concern.
All right, let's give you very specific things you can deal with. All right, here are the two exact numbers you've got to look at. Number one, cation exchange capacity. You have to test your soil for this. If you're not getting that test, get it. What we're looking for here is take your cation exchange capacity number times 10. Now, this is not an exact number, and there will be people out there who will say, oh, that number's not right.
And
this
what's
is going
the
to get you
science
close.
behind the exact 10? Is it really 9.5 or 10.5?
It's going to get you a real close ballpark. Okay, so if you've got a cation exchange capacity number of 15, multiply times 10, we're telling you, do not exceed 150 pounds. If your soil already has 30 pounds in there, that means don't exceed 120 pounds for an application rate. That's the first thing you got to know. The second thing you have to know is, what's your soil temperature? If your soil temperature is 70 degrees, we would not advise you putting nitrogen out yet. If your soil temperature is 50 and dropping, probably getting about the time to do it, okay? So what we're really looking for, because everybody says 50, what we really want is 32. Because at 32, nothing's happening, everything's froze, it's done, it's solid, it's locked in. And by the way, don't apply nitrogen over the top of soil that is 32 degrees or less. The ground's frozen. What do you think's gonna happen with that nitrogen? It can't go in, so where's it gonna go when water starts moving early in the spring? It's gonna run off. That's not a good thing. So you've gotta be in that range of 32 to 50 degrees, get that nitrogen down in the soil, then we're in good shape.
All right, I've got a question for you, Brand. So why do any nitrogen at all in the fall? Why not save it for the spring?
Yep, because you get your work done, number one. And a lot of times in the spring, what we want to do as soon as that ground is possibly fit, and sometimes even before, we're going. So let me give you an example off our own farm. We really like anhydrous in the fall, in certain situations, in certain field types where we can plant early in the spring. But the flip side is we have fields where we don't want to put anhydrous on in the fall. For example, we have some ground that may flood out in the spring. We have some ground that may go to a different crop if the weather isn't just right. So on those fields, yeah, we're not putting fall nitrogen out. You just have to be very selective about what you're doing, not only with the rate, but where you're applying this fall nitrogen, because we don't want to lose it.
All right, let's sum this thing up. So fall nitrogen application now is a good time as the soil temperatures start cooling down to 50 degrees and falling. We'd prefer that to be colder. That's going to give you more of a benefit. We look at heavier soils and soils that we can get into early as opportunities for putting on fall nitrogen.
And then the other very important thing, use a nitrogen stabilizer. I don't care if we're talking manure, we're talking anhydrous, urea, liquid 28%, use a stabilizer. It does two things for you. It helps prevent the nitrogen loss, and it helps keep the nitrogen in the ammonium form that your plant wants. It can use nitrate, but it wants ammonium because it'll take nitrate, convert it back to ammonium. Keep it in the ammonium form in the first place, it'll gain you just a little bit more yield.
Managing fertility is important, so is weed control. We'll show you how to stop our weed of the week coming up next.